Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be talking about my most used and least used handbags of the past year. And you know, some of them I'm even considering selling. I'm just still kind of thinking. So yes, let's get started. So my last video that I posted, if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna link it up there. It was all about my best handbags and worst handbags purchases of the last year. I bought quite a bit handbags. I sold them quite a few, but today we're gonna focus on the handbags that I own, obviously, and those that I've reached a lot during this past year, and those that I didn't really use much or not at all. Yeah, and I have some mixed feelings about some of those handbags. So anyway, if you're new to my channel, my name is Magdalena. I do all sorts of videos, so make sure you subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and yeah, let's talk about the handbags. By the way, I did cut my hair. If you were wondering, I didn't mention it in my last video. Last week I just went to the hairstyle and I said, that's it, I'm so tired with my long hair, so I cut it like a good 3-4 inches, maybe a little bit too short, but it's okay, it will grow. I'm gonna start with the Neverfull in beautiful leather. I don't want to spend too much time because I did mention this handbag in my last video. This is one of the most used bags of the year. I got it in Poland back in June and over the summer, and I've basically been using it ever since. It's a great work bag. It's, you know, a little fancy model from your regular monogram because it's all leather. I love this bag. Highly recommend. If you have any questions, leave me the comment there down below, but I'm so glad I purchased this beautiful kind of a taupey color. Absolutely love it. If you love this style, this kind of style of handbag, you're gonna love the all leather Neverfull. So like I said, I don't want to spend too much time because I did talk about this handbag in my last video, show you some details. So yeah, this was definitely a win. Another handbag that I have for a while, I'm gonna say, gosh, maybe 6-7 years, is this Gucci kind of a small, I'm gonna call it small messenger bag. I bought this years and years and years ago in Gucci outlet. I don't even remember where. So this was one of those outlet bags that, you know, features the whole GG monogram. They had different sizes of this handbag, but I particularly was drawn into the smaller kind of a messenger style bag. By the way, this is all kind of a leather in here. This is obviously canvas, leathers on the inside. It does come with the super long canvas strap, and you guys, this is my best travel bag. Okay, this is like something that I'll take with me to Europe and I don't worry about it too much. It's still a designer bag, but it's not super flashy. Well, maybe kind of is when you recognize the print, but it's still, to me, it's kind of a low-key bag and I don't have to worry about if something happens to it, if that makes sense. Absolutely love this bag and I've used it a ton because I travel quite a bit this summer. Finally, I went to Poland in June, then we went to Italy towards the end of the July as a family. So I love this bag. It's just such an easy bag, you know. It has this big, very strong magnet and, you know, a couple of compartments in here, and it's just such a great bag. I literally carry this in Rome with me, you know, like all the time, and it's great because it's crossbody and, you know, I kept it kind of in front of me. And I know quite a few of you asked me if I take my designer bags with me to Europe. If I went obviously to the country like Italy, which I knew we were gonna be sightseeing all day long, being on our feet, you know, and we're not planning anything fancy. This was the bag. This is the only bag that I took with me, and my husband took the backpack and that was basically it. I did not carry or took any of my other designer handbags at all. This was the only bag. I did not go there for a party or anything like that, you know. We were just going sightseeing and, you know, looking at things. So obviously I didn't want to take with me anything super expensive. But when I go to Poland, on the other hand, it's like, it's my home, right? I know people, I know I have family, you know, I know how to kind of behave a little bit different. It feels different because it's my home, right? So I obviously feel more secure to take fancy bags, you know, more expensive bags. So for example, one of those bags is this one. For example, this was one of the bags that I took with me in June to Poland, and I love, again, this is one of those everyday, the best bags ever. And I use this bag a ton, not just for travel, for everyday use. First of all, I love the fact that there's no like exposed vachetta leather. Everything is treated. And by the way, this is Vuitton BB from Louis Vuitton. It is discontinued, but I've seen those bags a lot on the pre-owned market. If I can find a good condition bag, I'll link it down below for you guys. I love this bag, and I think when I purchased it, that was like the last moment, and then shortly after they discontinued it. So I do have it for a few years, and like I said, it's such a beautiful bag. It did come also with the bigger size, which I originally wanted, but then I changed my mind. I went with the little one, and I'm glad I did. This bag obviously comes with the crossbody strap, which is, again, it's very convenient. You can, well, actually you can, I keep it stuffed in here, but you can obviously make it shorter, you can make it longer. I usually keep it on the crossbody setting, you know, because most of the time, let's say day to day, I just use the top handle, you know, because I'm driving in a car anyway, so it's easier. But, you know, when I have to run to the stores or, you know, run some errands, I just put a quickly crossbody strap, you know, here you have the little D-rings, and I just feel like this is such a beautiful bag, and it's just so easy. It's just so easy to use, and I know I talk about this bag a ton, so if you can still get your hand on this bag, grab it, because this is still one of my most used bags. And I know a few of you even contacted me, you wanted to buy this bag from me. Not yet. When I'm ready to sell this bag, I'll definitely let you know. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. So this is Chanel 19. This is in the large size, which is about, I think, like 11 inches here across. It's a little bit bigger than the medium, whatever they sell, or the small, I don't even know what they call it. But anyway, this bag I got, was it 2 years ago? I think, for my birthday, and I was so excited. I was so crazy excited. I used a few times, and that's it. And this bag has been sitting in I have this beautiful cabinet with a glass door, and every time I pass by, I'm just looking at this beauty, and I was thinking to myself, why do I still keep it? I don't know, you guys, I cannot use this bag. As much as I love it, I don't reach for it. It's just, I have a hard time styling this bag. That's the first thing. Second of all, maybe I'm not a big fan of the thick chain. Maybe this what kind of throwing me off. I don't think I even used it once this past year. I'm just being completely honest with you guys. I feel like it's just maybe too much of that chain. You know, it's very thick, and you know, it's obviously it's like a two tones. You know, it's like dark in here, and then just getting, you know, kind of antique gold, and then going back. This is matte, this is shiny, this is matte. It's just a lot is happening. I do love the big quilting, I have to be honest with you, but oh my god, this bag is sitting brand new. I don't know what to do. Help me. Should I sell it? Should I keep it? I was thinking, you know, to just send it to Fashionphile, or, you know, if anyone wants to buy. I mean, I just don't know what to do. I do have an organizer, by the way, in here. I don't know. It's just this bag, as much as I love the look, every time I start, you know, kind of trying to style it, it's just, I put it back, and then I grab different bag, and I would rather wear my classic double flap over this. So yeah, this was definitely not a good choice. You know, it's a great bag, it's Chanel, but I don't know, it doesn't work for me. Another bag that I'm considering selling, or maybe that would be a mistake, I don't know, I'm still not 100% you know, positive that I want to sell bag, but it's this. This is the, what is it called, OnTheGo MM. Again, I love the bag, but I don't really reach for it. I maybe I wore it 2-3 times this past year for like a day or two, because honestly, you guys, I would rather use this over this. I don't know, maybe it's just the boxy style of it. It's just kind of throwing me off a little bit. You know, I mean, I love this. I love the 3-tone, you know, monogram, and I love the fact that it's a little bit variety, you know, but I don't know. I just don't reach for it as much as I thought I would. And I was super excited when I purchased this bag a few years ago, right? I purchased it in Florida. I keep it all stuffed. If you're familiar with the OnTheGo, you'll know this is all like beautiful red interior, and of course there's like a little pocket, and it's like a Neverfull. You can close it with that little, what is it called, the little, you know, clasp in here, and obviously the longer straps are here inside. So, and they're all leather, by the way. Yeah, it's a beautiful bag, but again, there is something that I just don't use it, you know. I'll grab my leather Neverfull, a regular Neverfull, and I'll grab my surf tote from Chanel, and this one is just kind of staying. So I don't know, help me, let me know what you guys think, and if you do own this bag, if you use it, and is this your work bag, or I mean, it could be everyday bag because it does have, you know, straps, but for some reason it's not my fave. This beauty, on the other hand, was one of my most used bags of the year. Love it. This is the Capucine from Louis Vuitton. It's a Capucine BB. I should maybe show you like this. There we go. So this is not the smallest one. Now they have mini or micro. This is the BB size, which is, in my opinion, this should be called small. It's really not, because the BB I usually think like it's tiny, but it's really not. It has quite a bit of the room, and I love this bag. Again, it's in a very neutral color, which I forgot the name of the color, but this is exactly what I wanted, and I love it. I think it's a great bag. Again, has a couple of compartments. It comes with the shoulder strap, which when I put it on, I keep it on the crossbody version, and it sits beautifully on me. So again, if I remove the strap, there's a little bit more room. With the strap, you usually keep the strap in. The strap takes quite a bit of the, you know, room, so just keep that in mind. But it's a beautiful, beautiful bag. Obviously this is, you know, all fancy, and recently I have been keeping like this. I don't know, I kind of like that, you know, flower look, but obviously you can put this inside and have the LV. So, you know, it's a fancy, she's fancy, let's put it this way, and I love it. There was a few of you that asked me to buy this handbag of me, the Capucine, and now I think the Capucine, honestly, I think this bag is my forever bag. I don't think I'll be ever selling it. Same as my jumbo beige single flap Chanel, which I'm not featuring this year. Did you notice? Because Capucine was more used than the jumbo beige, and the jumbo beige was more used last year. So, you know, again, I go on the waves, you know, but Chanel will get its chance. But generally, Chanel are not my most used bags. Maybe I just should buy something like everyday crossbody Chanel bag, if it exists. I was actually thinking about, there's this bag, I've never seen it in person. It's so annoying, but yeah, it's called a Melody. I just don't know how big it is and how long is the crossbody strap. So if you are familiar with that bag, the Melody bag from Chanel, let me know, because that's something I was considering buying. But I wish I had a store near me, or like if it was even like online that you could see it visually how it looks, you know what I mean? And I cannot stand when people are asking $2,000-$3,000 over the retail price on the, you know, resale market. I understand you want to make a little bit of the money, but come on. $2,000-$3,000 over retail is just, it's unacceptable. Anyway, let's move on to another bag that unfortunately I haven't used. And it is from Louis Vuitton. I purchased this bag because this was the bag that when I first got aware of Louis Vuitton brand, this is the bag that I was in love with and I wanted so bad, and I couldn't afford it back then. I don't remember exactly how old is this bag. I should probably look at the but probably around 18-20 years old, because this was the time when I was looking at this bag online, and when we got married, and I just couldn't justify, you know, spending money on this bag. And when I noticed this last year was up for sale in really pretty good condition, you know, considering the age of the bag, I just jumped on it and I gave a good scrub. I cleaned it up. You know, the most important is that there's no smell, because the smell would be something that you cannot get rid of it. And I was so excited to use it, and then I never did. So technically this is another bag that I was considering selling, because it's just, there's no point of holding on to it. And I think it's called a Viva City, and this is GM, so this is the bigger size, which is about, I have to measure, but it's probably about 11-12 inches across in here. Has a very comfortable thick shoulder straps, and you know, the shoulder straps are kind of swivel a little bit, and you can adjust here a little bit. You know, there are some markings, you know, obviously from adjusting it. Like I said, I don't know who owned the bag before, because I purchased it obviously pre-owned, and I give a good scrub because that vachetta was a little bit dirty. So as you can tell, this is beautiful right now. I'm so proud of myself. I wash it, and I also wash the interior, because here this whole flap was so also like kind of black, dirty, and now you can tell that it's pretty good. So I give a good scrub, I give a good wash. It's great. You can put your cell phone in here. I think I wore this bag when I first got it maybe 2-3 times, and that was it. I thought that this bag is going to be like my Gucci, you know, that when I travel, because, you know, it's obviously a vintage bag, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. But then just because it doesn't have a crossbody option, it just probably didn't work for me. And but the bag itself is beautiful, you know. And again, I keep all my bags left, so let me just show you inside. It has all the red interior. There's a couple of pockets, and do you remember the cell phones were so tiny? So I think this is one of those cell phone pockets in here that used to be those flip phones, kind of, you know. There is a D-ring in here as well. Yeah, so yeah, so the bag itself, it's beautiful. I think it's, you know, considering the fact that it's vintage, it's very, very good condition. And yeah, as much as I love it, I just feel like there's no point of, you know, holding onto it, because, you know, I have so many other bags at the same time. So anyway, this one most likely will be up for sale. If anybody is interested, let me know. Yeah, that bag did not receive much love. This next bag might come as a surprise, and I'm talking about this YSL Puffer. I don't use this bag. I know it's kind of a seasonal bag, but I don't reach for it. I don't know what is it, because I love YSL. YSL is like one of my favorite brands, and this bag is just so beautiful, but it just doesn't suit me for some reason. This is the Puffer. That's what I call the Puffer. This is the medium or the large size, whatever they call it. It's not the smaller one. That's the bigger one, which is like, everyday, you know, kind of a sized bag. And surprisingly, guys, maybe I wore it once or twice last winter and I didn't even touch this year this handbag yet, obviously this winter, this fall. So I'm kind of disappointed because this is such a pretty bag, and I'm honestly thinking to let it go. You know, because what's the point of holding on to something, you know, if I don't really use it and enjoy? And I feel like this is such a nice bag and needs to be loved. Yeah, let me know, guys, do you have this bag? Do you use this bag? And is this your like to-go handbag, or is it rather your kind of a seasonal, you know, rarely used item? Just give me some comments. Let me know what should I do, because as much as I love YSL, I just hate to keep something that I'm not truly like loving or enjoying or using it. So yeah, unfortunately, this one was a little disappointment. The very last bag that I want to mention today, which is again, it took a crown. I think it's the third year in a row that this bag has been on my most used handbags list. And leave a comment. I'm gonna pause here for a moment. Leave a comment if you know which bag it will be. If you know me, if you know my videos, you're not gonna have a problem answering this question. Are you ready to see it? Yes, this is the YSL camera bag, which I purchased in 2019, and since the moment I purchased, which was in early June, I remember because this was our family trip to Poland before the whole thing that happened, right? So 19 to 20, 21, 22, so 3 years, now we are in 2023. This bag has been on my most used handbag list. No doubts. No doubts. It's one of those bags that it's so easy to use. It's so versatile. It has a long strap. And I just love it. And the only reason I did not take this with me to Italy, because normally I would, but the only reason I did not take this one with me, because it is a little bit smaller than obviously this, and I can put my camera, I can put some snacks, I can put some water. We had like a little tripod that we were carrying so we can take like family photos. So obviously this was a better choice, but I did take this one with me to Poland. I did travel here, you know, locally with this, and obviously everyday bag. This is just so good. I also purchased the suede version, which I use during the fall and, you know, now during the winter. This one is year-round. I removed the tassel because tassel was just driving me nuts, but yes, it's absolutely crazy. And, you know, this past Christmas, I've received a Burberry Note handbag, which is, oh my god, it's beautiful, and I started to use it already, and I think the Burberry Note was gonna take the place of this finally, because I was really looking for like a substitute bag, you know, because how much more you can use this, you know, this baby. And surprisingly, I'm always curious. There is some rubbings, you know, like on the corner, but surprisingly, this bag is in such a good condition. I think probably the most use you can tell is on the straps. But even like the corner, you know, there is some rubbing, obviously, but oh my god, it's such a good bag. I mean, this is whatever leather it is, probably calf leather or something. Whatever leather it is, it's just so robust. I am shocked, you know, how strong this handbag is for the amount of the usage, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. But you guys, I love this bag, and since I purchased this bag went in price quite a few times, and yes, if I will have to buy it again, I would. I'm literally trying to hold myself from purchasing another color, because the suede version is good for like fall a winter, and then when the spring summer comes I don't want to use a suede anymore. So I was thinking to get a beige or even like kind of a reddish, maybe burgundy color, but that would be a crime. You know, I really have to restrict myself and say no, Magda, don't buy any more of the same handbags because this is just crazy. But I love this bag. This was, again, just took the crown. No surprise. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below, and certainly let me know if anybody has this bag and if you love this bag as much as I do. Because sometimes I just feel ashamed. I don't want to talk about this anymore because it's just too much. But I feel like I'm boring. You know, my life is boring because all I want is just to use one bag all the time. You know, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching. If I can find any of those handbags, I'm gonna link them down in the description box along with my makeup, because sometimes you guys ask me, so I'll link everything down in the description box. So I hope you have a wonderful day and I will talk to you soon. Bye!